Okay, so now I'm going to explain about the autoloader. Okay, so today I'm going to explain about the autoloader process. What is the autoloader? Okay, so why we need to use the autoloader? Okay, so basically, um, this is very important. Another important concept is autoloader. So basically, the name itself it states that autoloader. Okay, so autoloader feature which is introduced in Databricks. Okay, the purpose is whenever any change detects like file or something, it should automatically read that file and it should be written into the target location. Okay, so the idea is here is, so whenever example you have some customer file. Okay, so customer dot parquet is your file. Okay, so as soon as this file is available, okay, so we used to get incrementally these files, right? So yesterday, suppose we have 5 files received, and today we have 10 files received. Tomorrow it might be 20 files. So whatever the file frequency, okay, it might be 10 or it might be 20, anything. So what this process will do, it will automatically read this particular file, okay, and it will load it into a target location. Either it will be a delta or either it will be a parquet format. It might be anything, but so this data loader would be applied for these kind of sources. Okay, so we can use the ADLS source. This is one source, and you can use for the AWS S3, Amazon S3. So this is the another source, and so another one is like GCS. And if we have any streaming, okay, Kafka. Okay, so any streaming data sources, I'll mention this as streaming data sources. So any streaming data sources or any sources, right? So you can automatically take these sources and it will process the data. Okay, the main advantage of using the autoloader is, so when you were example, you used to get the data continuously, like like example, you have a input folder. Okay, input folder like this, like input or sales slash input. And so in this input file you are getting some every day you used to get some 10 files or 20 files. Okay, you can take this is a customer file dot parquet. So this file every day we used to get the count is some 20. Okay, every 5 minutes the frequency is every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes you are getting the file, and as soon as the file is available in this folder, your job get triggered and it should automatically process into the target location. Okay, your target might be a delta, okay, or um, any other folder like CSV, like any other output folder. Okay, I'm just mentioning any output. Okay, so any other output folder, this data get loaded. Okay, so autoloader will be applied for any streaming data sources, or your you used to get any frequent files every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you wanted to automatically load this process, so autoloader will work. Okay, so autoloader will work incrementally also, and schema evaluation. So schema evaluation in the sense, example, today you have a today file you have a employee ID, employee name and location, and tomorrow file you have a one more extra column get added. Okay, employee name, location and salary. So the process should not fail even the schema changed in the file. So the process should not fail, and this should be merged, whatever the schema automatically it get merged inside your data process. Okay, another important key component is checkpoint. Okay, so here key point is checkpoint. So what is this checkpoint? Okay, so checkpoint is very important in component in um, our Databricks process. I'll highlight this in a red color manner because this is very important. Checkpoint in the sense, in a simple manner, you are reading one book, okay, or a novel or any diary, something. You have written something in your diary, and till 50 pages, you have written something, okay, and so so this 50 pages you have written, so every time to revisit which page is empty or which page I need to write, what you will do, you will simply make one thread in your diary and you can quickly uh, go into that page directly, right? So you can make that particular thread, and by using that thread, wherever you left, that particular place, you can take your whatever article you are trying to write, you can write it. Okay, so similar way, autoloader checkpoint is introduced in autoloader. So this is very important particle for autoloader, because so whenever any data failures, example, you are trying to read some 1 TB of data, okay, and you are trying to write into a table. So 50 GB of data got written, okay, 50 GB data got written into the target, and there is a network issue in between this process and it got failed. Okay, in an ideal scenario, if there is no checkpoint, what you need to do when you trigger the job, it will start from beginning. It will again start reading the same data again, and it will take another 1 hour or 2 hours. This is a time consecutive, right? So if business want this data by example 10 p.m., okay, and in between 9:30 your job got failed, again business need to wait, right? Wait time is increased and efforts are increased, okay, and also this is really difficult process. Okay, so that's where, to avoid this kind of things, this checkpoint process is introduced. Okay, when you restart your job, it will start from here, from it will start from your 50 GB, and it will complete the next process. Okay, it will be easy for developer, and it is advantage for business as well, because business time is saved and developer time is saved, okay, due to applying these checkpoints. Okay, so no need to worry about, like, you need to re-ingest or something. Okay, so 1 TB or 1 GB, whatever it may be your data size in this scenario. So checkpoint is one of the best option, and this is really helpful for the um, Databricks developers, okay, and business perspective. Okay, so that's where Databricks team introduced these things, and these are really helpful for developers. Okay, so this is how it works. So I'm going to give some brief statements how you can write a autoloader and how you can trigger this automatically. Okay, so here to write, so what you will use, I'll write a simple statement over here. Before that, so let's try to write the data frame. So I'm going to take one sample data frame, so that represents the Spark. Okay, Spark dot read. So let me take this Spark dot read, and I'm going to give stream, because this is, I'm going to write some streaming data set, and the format will be the cloud file, because these are the cloud files, and I'm going to give dot option. So dot options, and I'm going to give my cloud file, and So because my file is CSV, example, you wanted to make as a parquet, you can mention your format as parquet. Okay, so you need to make this statement. So if you have a CSV file, you can mention it as a CSV file. Okay, so similar way now, so you need to mention the schema hints, because whenever any schema change or schema drift happens, so it should automatically change that data, right? So that's where I have used the schema hints, ordering string and amount string. So these kind of things I have given, but currently I don't want this. Okay, so basically I don't want this option. Okay, so I'll take the schema from my location. Okay, so cloud file schema location. Okay, and your file path name. Example, my file path is this one. Okay, let me take one of the file. Let me take, this is my file example. Okay, so let's copy this file and I'll paste it. Okay, so this is my dbfs path. Okay, so and what I need to do, so this is my file path and I need to load the data, right? So that needs to be loaded by using this one tab, and I'm going to give my path. Okay, so I'll give something like this way, product. So till here I will make it, so after that file will be generated, so in that particular place. So I'm going to close here all the brackets, and I'm going to make some write statement, because I need to write the data, right? Whenever the file is available, I'm going to write. Okay, I simply write and format is delta format, and here I have mentioned right here checkpoint. To understand the system, there should be some checkpoint, right? If you did not mention this one, your auto restart won't work. Remember this point. You need to give the checkpoint path. Okay, so checkpoint path, if you did not give the checkpoint file, there will be a checkpoint file which will generate it. Okay, in your uh, path. Okay, so I have given my checkpoint path. Now let's try to, we need to add one trigger. If you did not add any trigger, let's take, so whenever the new file is available, it should auto start, right? But if you did not give this option, it won't start basically. Okay, you need to give this as trigger. After giving the trigger, you need to give the start and you need to give your file path. Okay, so this is how you can send your data. Okay, so you can process your autoloader data, and so you can import the required functions also here. PySpark. Okay, so PySpark dot, so you are going to import the libraries. You can import others also. For me, I just required functions, so I just imported all my functions over here. Okay, so this is the way you can make your data more flexible. Okay, I have written into a single statement, but you can split these commands and you can make the process. Okay, so this is how basically you will apply the autoloader process. Currently in my system I have not enabled, but usually when you are using any ADLS storage account, you could use this process. Okay, currently it's throwing error because I don't have any cloud streaming mounted on my machine. So this is the way your syntax get written. Okay, so check this one. Okay, so this is really important, and this is the code. Okay, yeah, this is how autoloader will work. Yeah, thank you, team. So autoloader is basically which you can automatically load your data, either it's a Parquet or CSV. Basically, any streaming data sets when you use, so this autoloader option will be useful, and especially this having the functionality of checkpoint. So checkpoint is basically a point where it will create whenever any failure happen, unexpected failures happen, so it will start the data from loading from that particular point. Yeah, that is the ideology of autoloader. So we have written the command here. Okay, thank you team. Bye.